Hi students, welcome to second year commerce class. We have completed our eighth chapter by completing the topic of EPZs, objectives and benefits of export processing zones. We have completed in the previous class. So now we have entered into the ninth chapter, a very useful chapter, very useful. You are very lucky, very fortunate to have management at intermediate level. Even we did not have at degree level, we did not learn thoroughly at degree level, but where you are given the characteristics and principles of management at intermediate second level means you are very lucky, very fortunate. So try to improve your skills which are suitable, which suits the profession of management. Okay, so this chapter name is Principles of Management. Chapter name is Principles of Management, and today's topic is Characteristics of Management. Okay, this is the chapter name. Okay, there are Henry Fayol's 14 principles are there that we discuss later, maybe after few classes. But today's class topic is Characteristics of Management. Okay, here the purpose of introducing this lesson at intermediate level is to inculcate the skills among you young brains, because right from childhood, if you have got zeal to learn something, if you try to inculcate certain qualities, if you try to induce certain skills, naturally you can develop, you can flourish in your career. So these principles of management is a lesson introduced at intermediate second year level. The main purpose is to train the students, to tell them what are the qualities they require to be a perfect manager. As part of business management, what are the various activities they have to undertake, in what way they have to manage their business organization, how successful the managers will be, what sort of activities they have to perform if they become the managers, what will be their responsibility, duty, everything you will come to know. That means, if you know this, what a manager has to do as part of his duty, so naturally, some of you, at least some of you will try to develop those skills. That is the main purpose. So because now you are young, you have got the learning time. So by observation, by subject knowledge, by your experience, if you improve quality, if you improve your skills, it will be a very good advantage for your career. Clear? Characteristics. So before going for the characteristics of management, let us understand about management. What is a management? Okay, management is that if you divide this, it has got three parts: man, age, ment. Okay, man, age, ment. Management is a typical subject which suits any man of any age, of any mentality. There is no special restriction that only 20 years old should learn management skills, only 50 years old should learn management skills, only of this mentality, only of this age, only of this men, not like that. So management is something what special, can be adopted, can be learnt by any man, women also. Don't go for again discrimination, sir, आप man ही लेके women क्यों नहीं हो सकते? बोलते here man means any human being of any age, of any mentality can adopt, can learn the techniques of management. So it is very interesting, okay, and very complicated also, not so easy to be on the management side. So what is management? Management is the art of getting the things done through others. Okay. मैनेजमेंट इज द आर्ट ऑफ गेटिंग द थिंग्स डन थ्रू अदर्स. दूसरों से काम कराना ही मैनेजमेंट है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, ए प्रिंसिपल ऑफ ए कॉलेज यू टेक, he doesn't teach all the subjects. What he will do? He will appoint the lecturers, he will appoint the teachers of a school. You take a school or a college or degree college or university. So on your own you don't do the work. First of all, he knows how to divide the work. Who is capable of doing that work? He identifies the resources, he allocates the work, and he will see that the work is completed through others. So different subjects. First of all, we should know what is to be done. What is our objective? As part of management, you should know what is your goal, what is to be achieved, what is your target, what is your task. Then you have to divide it among the members. So generally, management cannot be applied, cannot be adopted for a single person. It can be applied only when you have got group. Particularly when you got a large scale organization and where you got a 3-tier management system, top level, medium level, middle level and low level management system is there, then only it will be working. Okay, in the next class we will be learning all those things. So you have to see that what are the skills of your subordinates. Subordinate means a person who is working under someone. Suppose we lecturers are subordinates to principal. Principal is our superior. We have to obey the orders, instructions of principal. We cannot command principal. Principal can command us. So lecturers are subordinates of principal. Principal is superior to subordinates. I hope all of you got this. So as a management personnel, you should know what are the skills of your subordinates, to whom you can allocate the work, what time you can allot. First of all, you should know what is to be achieved. So you should have proper definition of your goal. You have to define your objective. You identify the resource. You allocate the resources through whom you can do that work, through whom you can complete that work. So it is a complicated and lengthy process. So management is defined as the art of getting the things done through others. Art means individual talent, it is not written somewhere. Management is both science as well as art. If you go through the textbook, you can understand. Art means a personal talent. Like you see singing, dancing, okay, then mimicry, all these are called as arts, means painting. These are the individual talents. So where your creativity comes into picture. Similarly, management is also an art of getting the things done through others. So let us understand its characteristics, means features. How the management looks like. What exactly is called as management, let us understand. First one, it is an economic activity. So in first year you have learnt economic activity. What is that, ma? Any activity which is performed to earn money is called as economic activity. An activity which generates revenue is called as economic activity. Here I am taking class, it is economic activity, because by teaching I do get money. Clear? So if I go home and watch television, I don't get anything. So watching television for my entertainment is a non-economic activity, because I am not paid for that. Here it is a economic activity when I am teaching. So similarly, management is an economic activity which is performed by various individuals for their survival, for their earning. Okay, any person who is part of management is performing the act of management, means he is doing it to earn money. So always management is done to earn money. So that is why it is called as economic activity. It is not done for time pass purpose. Economic activity is that which generates some utility through which we generate some money. Okay, economic activity is that by combining the efforts we bring out some output through which we can make some money, we can earn some profit, is called as a economic activity. So, management is also an economic activity. It is not done for time pass category. Next, it gets things done through others. Every manager will not do the task on his own, will not perform the task on his own. He will identify the person who is capable of doing that task. He allocates the work. So management is the art of getting the things done through others, not on their own. They know, they are very wise, they are very clever, they are very smart in identifying the skills of the subordinates. So management always completes the given work, completes the work by doing through others. So the second feature, second characteristic of management is it gets things done through others. Next. Third is it is a creative activity. What do you mean by creativity, ma? Creativity is that which comes through your brain, not you are copying someone else. If you copy someone else, it may be you can survive only once or twice, not every time. Okay? Like dance, singing, performing some art, painting, clear? Mimicry, various art activities are there. Acting in a movie. So, or nowadays even girls you can see mehendi painting. All these things are creative activities. Means you should have your own talent. You can't by heart some rules and regulations which are there in books. Management is not like having just written rules which are there in the books. Yes, you should have some subject knowledge, but you should have some practicality also. How to adapt those rules to the given situation. You should know how to speak to your subordinates. How the work can be done through your subordinates, you must understand. Always you cannot read out the book rules. Clear? So it is an individual talent. How best manager you are. That is the reason we can say that management is a creative activity. Next, it coordinates efforts. Very important. Coordination. See, in your organization, I told you that management cannot be applied with single person. You require some group of people. So when different persons are there, you have to combine their efforts. If one person put efforts and the other does not, then the result is not achieved. The result is not obtained. Okay. So management coordinates efforts. It coordinates. Here it stands for management. What is coordination? Many times even in first year commerce also I have explained this. Coordination is the better understanding between the persons involved in performing a activity or in fulfilling an objective. Previously, a few minutes back I have told you that management is a group activity. It cannot be applied to a single individual. So we require efforts from different people, particularly the subordinates. So if these subordinates do not have proper understanding among themselves, it is not possible to achieve the target. It cannot be possible to reach the destination. What is our destination? What is our goal? To maximize our profits, to earn profits, particularly in a commercial business organization. Why all these efforts are being put in by the management is to maximize your production or maximize your sales, by that increase your revenue, increase your profits. So all the management techniques are adopted and implemented by the management. Even lot of money, lakhs of money is spent on different managers and providing infrastructure to those people, communication system, various things are to be provided as part of management, only to see that our result is improved. Clear? So we can improve our result only when there is coordination between various departments of a organization. Because when you see a large scale organization, there is not only one department, there are various different departments. So you need to coordinate. For example, you see on a particular, in a particular month, you have fixed the target of say selling 1,000 units. Suppose you are a manufacturer of fans. So in the month of January, you have fixed the target of selling 1,000 fans. See, if you have to sell 1,000 fans means the production department has to manufacture 1,000 fans. If production department has to manufacture 1,000 fans, the purchase department has to give them the raw material. The finance department has to provide them the finance. So unless there is a coordination between all these departments, we cannot fulfill the target of selling 1,000 fans. Suppose you take the example of result of a college. Suppose say we have targeted that at least 10 students from our class should get a state rank. Now in that case, say after various internal examinations we have focused, we have rounded up some 10 students, that these students have got the possibility of scoring state level marks, so let us all the lecturers focus on them. Imagine, suppose if maths lecturer and economics lecturer is concentrating and they are trying to get 100% marks to those students, and commerce lecturer is not taking care. So that student, what happens? She will score 150 and 150 in mathematics, 98 or 99 in economics, but commerce will get only 80. So what happens? We lose state rank. Otherwise, taken the other way, economics and commerce lecturers have taught very well. Mathematics teacher was not perfect or say irresponsible, so did not focus on students, scored less marks. So then also we lose the marks. So if any department fails, ultimately that damages the final result. Similarly, in a business organization, when various departments are there, you have to coordinate, you have to create an understanding between all the employees, all the subordinates. So that is also the part of management. Then it is a process. It is a process. What do you mean by process, ma? Process is the sum of certain activities. It is not a single activity. Management is not a single activity. Process means a procedure. Conducting of different activities in a sequential order is called as process. For example, making of tea is a process. Okay, in a instant manner it won't come. First of all, you have to boil water, put tea powder, put sugar, then add sufficient quantity of milk, then filter it, then tea is ready to have. Do you know how to prepare tea? So that you will understand. So it is a process. So if something is done in a single step, it is an activity. When you have to sum up various activities, it is a process. Okay. So instant is different and process is different. So here, management is not a single step activity. It is the sum total of various activities to be performed by various people at their respective positions, so that the final result is achieved. So it is a process. Then it acts as a group. That's what I was telling. Management is not able to be applied on a single person. Individually, I am not management unless I am combined with others. Okay, what I have to do? I have to command, I have to order, I have to take responsibility, I have to assign the task. So different people have to perform different activities, and those activities are to be combined. There must be coordination between the employees. So always remember that management is a group activity, not a individual activity. Then it is a discipline. What do you mean by discipline? Like coming to the college on time, sitting in the bench without talking like this, folded hands, is discipline? No. Okay, in the normal language, discipline means that sitting in the bench without talking, with folded hands, being quiet. Okay, saying good morning sir, good evening sir, okay, coming to the college on time is a discipline. In this context, discipline means a particular course. Like we use this word at university level. In which discipline you are studying means, say for example you are studying commerce. You say, I am on commerce side. Arts is a discipline. Commerce is a discipline. Okay. Then linguistics, languages, like Hindi, English. So at university level, departments are called as disciplines. Okay. In intermediate, as you are calling it as groups. To which group you belong to? You say MEC, CEC, MPC, BIPC. At intermediate level, we are calling it as groups. At degree level, we call it as course. Which course are you studying? BCom, BA, BBA, BCom honors. But when you go to university, your department is called as discipline, means a particular subject what you are studying. So here, management is a discipline, means it is a particular subject which you learn. That is the reason when you go to university, there you will find a board, Department of Commerce and Management. Means management is a particular subject which you have to learn at your post-graduation level in order to understand all these techniques of management. So Master of Business Administration, PG Diploma in Business Management. So it is a particular subject which you, just by completing your intermediate, by completing your graduation, you will not understand. Yes, some individual qualities you may possess. At the same time, you should have some subject knowledge. In our next class, we will learn about some other topic. Okay.